How's it going, everybody? The Next Level Savings Sale just started on PlayStation. It's running from now until May 27th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. For $10, 50% off, Shadow of the Colossus is a rebuilt masterpiece that reimagines the PS2 classic with stunning visuals, improved performance, and a hauntingly beautiful atmosphere that feels both nostalgic and entirely new again. You play as a lone wanderer who enters a forbidden land in a desperate attempt to resurrect a loved one, striking a deal that sends you to hunt down 16 colossal beings scattered across desolate landscapes. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, God of War 3 Remastered delivers Kratos' explosive quest for revenge in brutal Greek mythology, fully remastered at 1080p and 60 FPS with sharper visuals, improved lighting, and smoother performance throughout. You'll climb Mount Olympus, battle towering gods and legendary monsters, and solve environmental puzzles using the Blades of Exile alongside powerful magic and devastating new weapons. It's a 92 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Yakuza 6 The Song of Life follows Kazuma Kiryu 3 years after Yakuza 5 as he seeks a quiet life, only to find Haruka in a coma and her young son Haruto in danger. To protect Haruto, Kiryu travels to Onomichi in Hiroshima, navigating a merciless underworld of rival Yakuza factions, relying on unlikely allies, and exploring a richly detailed city filled with side activities, minigames, hidden secrets, and tense street brawls. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition is a remastered open-world fantasy RPG where you explore the vast province of Skyrim as the Dragonborn, a hero born with the power to combat dragons, shape the world's fate, and influence political factions. The game features enhanced visuals, remastered effects, volumetric god rays, dynamic depth of field, and screen space reflections that bring the province to life in stunning detail. It's a 92 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 125 hours to platinum. For $9, 85% off, Assassin's Creed Origins is an action-adventure RPG set in ancient Egypt where you explore deserts, cities, tombs, and the Nile while uncovering the origin of the Assassin's Brotherhood. You'll battle factions and beasts, sail along the river, loot and master weapons with varying characteristics, develop your skills through progression systems, and engage in strategic combat that rewards planning, timing, and precision. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $7, 75% off, Judgment is a gritty action detective thriller from the creators of the Yakuza series that follows disgraced lawyer-turned-private eye Takayuki Yagami as he hunts a serial killer through Kamurocho's neon-soaked streets. Investigate crime scenes, tail suspects, and gather evidence in a tense story that explores corruption, redemption, and the blurred line between truth and justice, all while uncovering the city's darkest secrets. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 120 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, Catherine Full Body is a captivating puzzle adventure where you follow Vincent, a man torn between his long-term girlfriend, Catherine, the alluring Catherine, and the innocent Rin, as he navigates love, temptation, and personal turmoil. What begins as a provocative, relationship-driven story evolves into intense, nightmarish climbing challenges that test your wits, reflexes, and decision-making under pressure. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Final Fantasy IX is a classic turn-based RPG where you follow Zidane, Princess Garnet, and a young mage Vivi as they embark on an emotional, crystal-centered adventure across a beautifully realized, storybook-like world. You'll explore kingdoms, forests, and dungeons, engage in strategic party-based battles, acquire abilities, and uncover secrets while forming bonds with a memorable cast in a tale full of humor, heart, and intrigue. It's a 92 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Overcooked 2 is a chaotic co-op party game that sends you back to the Onion Kingdom to save the world once again through frantic kitchen action and fast-paced teamwork challenges under pressure. With local and online multiplayer for up to 4 players, constantly shifting kitchens filled with hazards, and a wide variety of recipes like sushi, burgers, and cakes, it delivers non-stop teamwork-driven chaos and laughs. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a gothic horror action side-scrolling RPG set in 19th century England, where you play as Miriam, an orphan cursed by an alchemist whose body slowly crystallizes. You'll explore a demon-infested castle, battle grotesque minions and powerful bosses, and collect, craft, and unlock a vast array of weapons, spells, and equipment to customize your combat style and overcome supernatural horrors. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered is a classic JRPG set during a time of war, following Squall Leonhardt and the elite Seed mercenaries as they oppose the tyrannical forces of Galbadia and the sorceress Edea. Join forces with Rinoa and allies to navigate political conflict, shifting loyalties, and a sweeping sci-fi fantasy narrative that blends personal relationships with world-altering stakes across multiple nations and timelines. It's an 89 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $7, 50% off, Journey is a visually stunning and emotionally captivating adventure that takes you across vast deserts, ancient ruins, and mysterious landscapes in search of forgotten histories and transcendence beyond imagination. Travel alone or encounter a fellow player in a unique online co-op experience, communicating wordlessly as you explore and overcome obstacles together with subtle, graceful interaction. It's a 93 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $6, 80% off, Dishonored 2 is a first-person stealth action game where mysticism and industry collide in the plague-ridden Empire of the Isles. You play as either Empress Emily Caldwin or her father, Corvo Attano, each with their own supernatural abilities, weapons, and playstyles, in a story of revenge and political intrigue set in the steampunk-inspired city of Karnaca, where every mission offers creative freedom to strike from the shadows. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, DmC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition is a high-octane action game where you play as Dante, mastering stylish combos and wielding up to 8 unique weapons to battle through the chaotic, demonic realm of Limbo. This Definitive Edition includes enhanced 1080p graphics at 60 FPS, all original DLC, and new features that enrich combat, traversal, and story, delivering a seamless, adrenaline-fueled experience full of intensity and excitement. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $9, 80% off, Devil May Cry HD Collection and 4 Special Edition bundle is a stylish action bundle that lets you experience Dante's full demon-slaying saga across Devil May Cry 1 through 3 and Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. You'll unleash high-octane, combo-driven combat with multiple playable characters, iconic weapons, and escalating difficulty that rewards mastery, precision, and flashy skill expression across the entire series. It's an 84 average on Game Rankings, average trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 180 hours to get all 4 platinums. For $7, 70% off, Superhot is a stylish, mind-bending first-person shooter where time only moves when you move, transforming every firefight into a tense, strategic puzzle that blends careful planning with explosive bursts of violence. Fight through stark white arenas using time-bending mechanics, improvised weapon grabs, and precise slow-motion gunfights that make every bullet, swing, and dodge feel cinematic and intensely tactical. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $6, 90% off, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is the definitive fighting game experience, combining 2 critically acclaimed time-bending story campaigns with the full, complete roster of 37 characters. Battle through Towers of Time, the Crypt, Classic Towers, or online modes while reliving epic clashes from all previous guest fighters like Terminator, Joker, Spawn, and RoboCop, with Combat Pack 1, Aftermath expansion, and Combat Pack 2 all included. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Risk of Rain 2 is a fast-paced roguelike where you fight through hordes of relentless monsters on an alien planet, solo or with friends, mastering each character's unique abilities to survive. You'll explore visually striking locales, collect over 110 powerful items, and adapt to a scaling system that grows both you and your foes stronger over time, while unlocking 10 unique survivors and experimenting with artifacts to modify gameplay. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Star Ocean Till the End of Time is a classic JRPG where you explore vast worlds, uncover the deepest secrets of the Star Ocean universe, and engage in a dynamic real-time combat system blending strategy, skill, and action. You'll traverse diverse planets, meet richly written characters, and experience an epic story balancing personal drama, interstellar conflict, and universe-altering revelations that reshape everything. It's an 81 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 130 hours to platinum. For $9, 85% off, Watch Dogs Legion is an open-world action-adventure where you build a resistance to reclaim a near-future London on the brink of collapse, fighting a powerful surveillance state while shaping the city's future. Recruit and play as virtually anyone in the city, each with unique skills and backstories, using their abilities to hack drones, deploy spider bots, and take down enemies combining stealth, combat, and high-tech tactics. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Wipeout Omega Collection brings together all the content from Wipeout HD, Wipeout HD Fury, and Wipeout 2048, fully enhanced for modern consoles. Experience high-speed anti-gravity racing across futuristic tracks, mastering tight turns, jumps, and intense combat while utilizing an array of weapons, power-ups, and advanced tactics to dominate the leaderboard and outmaneuver every opponent in adrenaline-fueled races. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Moss is a single-player VR action-adventure puzzle game where you guide a courageous mouse through an enchanting world filled with hidden secrets, enemies, and ancient magic. What begins as a simple journey evolves into an epic quest as Quill discovers a mysterious glass relic and sets out to save her uncle, requiring clever puzzle solving, engaging combat, and exploration of beautifully crafted environments. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, Owlboy is a story-driven platform adventure where you take flight as a mute young owl, exploring a vibrant world in the clouds and recruiting friends to aid you in battle, puzzle solving, and strategic combat. You'll navigate perilous skies, face challenging enemies, and delve into monster-infested ruins while uncovering secrets, unexpected encounters, and a heartfelt story about courage and friendship across chapters. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, Battlefield 1 Revolution is a complete first-person shooter experience set during the battles of the Great War, combining the base game with all 4 expansions, the Heroes of the Great War bundle, and full multiplayer content. Players can experience an adventure-filled campaign, engage in team-based battles on land, air, and sea, and customize gameplay with new weapons, maps, and content from the Premium Pass. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, Kingdom Come Deliverance puts you in the boots of Henry, a blacksmith's son navigating a brutal civil war after his village is destroyed and family murdered, blending historically accurate medieval realism with deep role-playing elements. Explore a massive open world filled with castles, sprawling fields, and bustling villages, where every choice, from combat style to dialogue, can affect the story and how NPCs respond to you. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.